Family, what's going on, baby? Boogie Balboa in the building. You know what it is. Even when I'm outside, I'm in. Well, I guess this time I am in the building. I'm just sitting in the crib. Uh, I wanted to share something. I shared a story at work today, and I didn't write the story. So for all of y'all haters that watching the videos, if your only comment is I didn't write the story, you're gonna miss the point. Okay? I read this story, and this story just turned my heart inside out. The story was about a water bearer, okay? And the water bearer would carry this stick across his back, and from each side of the stick would hang these pots. On one side was one pot that was just full and big and no problems, and on the other side there was a pot that had a crack in it. And every day the water bearer would go up from the house down to the brook to fill him up with water and then take him back up to the house. Well, one day, the pot with the crack in it had just had enough, and he looked at the water bearer and he said, "You need to get rid of me. I'm no good. I have cracks. I got a problem. Every time you walk all the way back up, I've lost half of my load. You're not getting credit. You're not getting full credit for all the work you're doing, because by the time you get back with me, my defect has lost half." The water bearer could see that the pot was having a bad day. Okay, and said, "Hey, do me a favor. On the way back up, I want you to just look at all the beautiful flowers. I just want you to see all the beauty, all right, that's going up the hill." So as they walked back up, the pot began to look at all of the amazing flowers and was okay with everything. But at the very time they got to the top, the pot had lost half of its load and looked up at the water bearer and said, "See, I'm no good. You gotta get rid of me. I'm not as good as the other pot who doesn't have a crack." The water bearer looked at the pot and said, "You see, I've actually noticed your flaw a long time ago. And so what I did was, on your side, I planted all of these flower seeds so that on the way back and forth from the brook, you would water these plants. And over 2 years, you have helped me provide the most beautiful flowers to my master's house so that it could be beautiful and that it could smell good." I mean, the story's a little bit longer than that, but when I begin to think of a master and a leader that sees a defect in our heart, but at the very same time knows and understands how to be able to work that defect to its perfection. I mean, I start to think about my life and all of the things that I fail at on a regular basis, but knowing that Jesus, who loves me more than anything, said, "Look, I have seen your defect and I love that defect, and I am going to put that thing into action. So the very thing or the very time that I think I failed, God gets glory and there's victory all over the place." Family, look, this story is deep, and I want you to take some time to really ponder what it is that you believe is your defect. And will you take some time today to sit down and look at the flowers in your life that may have been planted simply based on the fact that God knew how to use your defect for his glory. The truth is that we just a bunch of crackpots, okay? And in that truth, and that truth is the fact that God can use absolutely anybody for anything, man. I'm excited about life, yo. God bless you guys. I love you, family. I know this is a little bit different than my normal devotion, but this was just a story that touched my heart. And because I know I got some crackpot friends, and because I'm probably the king of the crackpots, I wanted to share this with you, man. Your defect is absolutely the most beautiful thing about you. God bless you guys, man. Thank you for sharing and all the love. Talk to y'all soon, man. Boogie Balboa. Love y'all.